Depending on your age, you probably have a very specific look and style in mind when I mention the brand Ralph Lauren. What you might not know is that over the years, the brand has really had a number of little sub lines, some that are obviously super preppy, which is kind of what we think of when we think of Ralph Lauren, some that lean a little bit Western and even a little boho at times. As a brand, Ralph Lauren really does have a pretty wide variety in terms of the style over the years. And some of their old 90s advertisements and stuff are just some of my favorite. It's a brand that I've gone to for inspiration and ideas, especially for me in particular. I really love the kind of more Western equestrian leaning type of clothing. However, just like with any designer, their premium label, their sort of runway Ralph Lauren label is very, very, very expensive. I drool over the items. Some of the dresses that just came out in their fall collection are just absolutely stunning, but way out of my budget. And so what I wanted to do today, this is just my genuine process of hunting down lookalikes and inspired by kind of pieces that give the same feel as this brand that I really love, their whole aesthetic and design and style, but perhaps most of their pieces are out of my budget. I do choose to invest in certain pieces from Ralph Lauren that are really timeless, that I know I'm really gonna love. I'm not telling you not to invest in those pieces. I'm saying that if that is out of your budget, but you love that look, that is what I'm gonna share with you today, is how I pull together outfits with pieces, mostly from Amazon, though I will sprinkle in a few other things here and there to give the same look and vibe of Ralph Lauren for a fraction of the price.
So the first thing is this tie front knit dress. I shared this dress in kind of a maroon burgundy color in a recent Amazon dresses video. And I was so excited when I went to ralphlauren.com, when I went to their website and I saw that, oh my goodness, they have something very, very similar in a turtleneck version in navy. And then of course, in sort of a tan version, but those are going to run you somewhere between $145 and $165. Whereas this Amazon dress is, the prices fluctuate on Amazon, but definitely going to be under $50, probably $35. This little trench coat, though, I was very excited to find. It's not actually, it's still got plaid and the same color, so it is absolutely very Ralph Lauren-esque. However, this is a very good lookalike for a Cezanne coat that's called the Clyde coat, and it is very expensive, whereas this one is not. And I was really, really impressed with the quality, the color. It's got the large collar as well. So it's very similar to the Cezanne one. So I wanted to mention that because again, it's that same kind of preppy vibe, which really blends brands like Ralph Lauren and J. Crew and even some pieces from Cezanne. But really where we make these things special is in the layering. That's what, in my opinion, really sets Ralph Lauren's brand apart in terms of when you look at how they style their models. And if you look on Pinterest at different Ralph Lauren things, you're going to see so much layering to the point that you might be like, that's way too much, but that's really part of creating the look. It's layered with basics. So this vest is from Amazon. This scarf is from Amazon. It's a silk scarf. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. It's like $20. These are Mark Fisher boots that I was wearing. I'll link you to Amazon versions as well that are very, very similar. Again, just like a suede bag. These are all basic pieces, but once you layer them up and pull them together, that's how you really bring in the feel of the brand Ralph Lauren. So you could even add a belt around this vest. That's another thing they do, is belt blazers and vests and coats all the time. So it's the feel that we're getting here. Same thing. We start with something really basic like this button down, which by the way, I know it's a little wrinkly, but y'all, this is so soft and so comfortable. If you need just a good standard button down, the price on this is excellent and the comfort level is supreme. It's got enough stretch so you can bend your arms. And of course, I just adore this copper velvety vest. Now I'll put my sizing down below. I like mine to fit nice and tight. There's usually some adjustment in the back on some of these. but I don't think the velvet one has. Now all of a sudden I cannot remember off the top of my head if that one has adjustment in the back, but even if it doesn't, just you can size down if you want it to fit tightly. But just by adding like a Western style belt and then bringing in this handbag that I got from Amazon last year that I absolutely love. The quality is insane for the price. It's such a great bag. Adding like a brown necklace, buttoning back up the vest. I'm kind of just showing you some different ways to like style this and give it that Ralph Lauren feel. Now this like cape coat thing, I've had this on my wish list on Amazon for well over a year, and I hesitated to buy it because the color online of the green was really vibrant and I felt like it was too much. I decided to order it and give it a try, and I was so pleasantly surprised when I opened it and found that it was actually this much softer, more muted green color. It is perfect. I didn't even steam it because I was just so excited. So you'll have to excuse the wrinkles. It could use a little steam, but listen. This is just all of the fall classic timeless vibes. You can definitely wear this in many, many different ways. But again, I want you to see how it's just like building off of one piece and just kind of starting to begin that layering process is what really gets us to the point of having that more like editorial feel of Ralph Lauren outfits. For what it's worth, I also really love this burgundy clutch bag. This is from Amazon. It's new for me and it's going to be my clutch for fall. I love it. It actually holds stuff. So many of these small clutches don't actually even hold your phone. This one does. But you can wear this buttoned up, right? So it's basically like a top in and of itself. Now, I actually really like it if you unbutton the sort of cape and show the vest underneath and the collared shirt underneath. That's where you really kind of see all the layering. I sort of popped the collar on the cape. Again, it might be a bit much for you, but that's the point. Take what you like, leave the rest. Some of us like to go like all the way with the boldness, and others like to tailor it back a little bit. So you can pick and choose. You don't have to do the whole outfit. I just want you to kind of see. So this top, listen, I was a little scared, but when I tried this on, I really love it. The material, I will double check. It almost feels like a taffeta type material. It is not like a silky, it is like slippy, if you will, but more of like a taffeta material. And this huge ruffle collar, the ruffle sleeves, it's just the most beautiful. There's so many things that you could put with it. I got this leather jacket on Amazon last year. It was on my wish list. I bought it at like the end of the season and put it away for this year. And I'm so excited to pull it out. This one is a real leather blazer and it is so beautiful in person. But just that pairing of that really kind of over the top ruffle blazer and bringing it down with a little bit more basics, just jeans and a leather blazer. Okay. Again, there's lots of directions that you could go with this. A black blazer with a belt around it. Really, some of those photos I showed at the beginning have a lot, like you see a lot of these ruffle blazers in Ralph Lauren's current fall collection. So I didn't mean ruffle blazers, I meant ruffled tops. So I kind of wanted to show you another way to wear that and really like tame it down. This is where you can really blend the masculine and the feminine. So this is, I don't know if this is actually a wool material vest or not. I cannot remember that off the top of my head, but putting a vest, a belt over the vest. Now I'm adding a wool scarf, but I'm kind of tucking in the wool scarf and popping the collar out of that ruffle blouse and really just kind of playing up each piece. I ended up kind of tucking in the tails of the shirt. This is what I do. I just put things on, layer them, change them up a little bit until I feel like I'm where I want to be with it, until I like how it looks. Lots of different ways to style this. Heels and jeans, like wide leg jeans or flared jeans, kind of like what I'm wearing. But you can kind of also go a little bit more casual by bringing in, these are just some Levi's jeans and my Oxfords. I love this, especially because the blouse is so, like I said, feminine. Then you can really mix it with the like more masculine feel of the Oxford shoes. So again, the whole thing together might be just like too much for you, but it's the idea of it. It's to get you thinking about, some of these things are really just, it's a top, it's a vest, it's a scarf, it's a belt. It's really so much about the layering and accessorizing that I feel like is what separates Ralph Lauren. So same thing with this outfit. We've got just a simple turtleneck, but we're pairing it with our cute little velvet Mary Janes from Amazon. And I got another one of those ponchos, y'all. I love them so much. And when I saw this one, I was like, oh yes, this is fall in a poncho, if you will. It's got that little belt loop thing there that you kind of tuck the other side through so that it gives it some structure and shape and it stays together. You're not having to like hold it on or just drape it over your shoulders and hope it doesn't fall off. You might want to cut the tag off. I hadn't cut the tag off yet, which is why I can see that little white tag dangling. But if you cut the tag off, you're good to go. And to me, this is like the simple version of this outfit. This is the very wearable. It's not over the top. Nobody's going to be like, oh, what is she wearing? But if you really want to like lean in, like I said, to the Ralph Lauren vibe, it's all about the layering. They love to layer turtlenecks with button downs and then a blazer. Honestly, you wouldn't be surprised at all to see a vest over top or a vest under the button down. But I want to show you, like, just tucking this in. This blue stripe button down is from Amazon. And once again, it's a great quality. I'm really impressed with these. I'm quite glad that I found them. So I will definitely be sure to link them. Adding a wide, like Western style belt, my tiger's eye necklace, that is also from Amazon. That is a designer lookalike necklace as well. And then putting our little cape over the top of it. Okay. So we've mixed some patterns here with the stripes and the sort of window pane, the plaid on the poncho. And it's, to me, this is just like such a quintessential like fall look. If you really like that preppy, again, like preppy J. Crew Ralph Lauren look, then this is an easy way to create that just by blending basics, some of which you might already have in your closet, a turtleneck, a button down, maybe just, if you need to get a cute poncho for the autumn season. It's not like you have to go out and buy all these pieces because most of them are basics. It's just kind of how you wear them and layer them. This is a knit vest from Amazon. It's like stretchy. I got it in an extra small because I wanted it to be tight. It is gaping just a little bit in the boobie area, but I could probably wear a slightly different bra and not have that happen. But this like cardigan jacket thing, I feel like I lost footage of this, but just know that it is so soft and so cute. And once again, we're just layering turtleneck, vest, little cardigan, adding a belt, adding those accessories to really bring the outfit together. I've got one more little cape here to show you. And this one, once again, I got very excited when I opened it and I did not steam it. I hate that. When I watch this footage back, I'm like, why did you not steam that? But it's really quite lovely and fun. It comes with the belt. That's not something that I added. It comes with the black belt. So you've got the little button notch at the top. And then you can add the belt with it. And this is a way to kind of lean into this look and this style without it being too much. There's not a ton to this outfit, right? It's pretty simple. It's just jeans and the little cape. But that's what's fun about pieces like these kind of cape poncho pieces is even if they're in a understated color, a more basic minimal color, just the shape of them, the cut of them is bringing a little something extra. Like you're bringing the pizzazz just with the cut of the coat itself. So I love pieces like that just, they come as they are, and as they are is fabulous. That's always nice, right? Because you don't feel like you have to try to make the outfit cute. Just the top itself is cute, right? So that's another way to kind of do this if you feel like all the layering and everything is just too much for you, is just to go with a simple cape.
And I do want you to keep in mind, as I'm creating these outfits and sharing these things with you, that some of these might be like a little bit more extreme. It might be more accessories, more stylizing of outfits than you feel comfortable doing or want to do on a daily basis. But the idea here is to just take some inspiration, is to just kind of, you don't have to wear the whole thing, the whole outfit, but maybe it can help you think of how to pull some pieces together in ways that you haven't before. And very likely ironically, because so many of the great outfits from Ralph Lauren are put together with a lot of basics. It's just that they have a way of layering basics that makes them feel not basic. But if you really pull apart the outfit into its individual elements and pieces, it's a lot of wardrobe staples, a lot of wardrobe basics. So it's not at all difficult to kind of tweak and make each of these outfits your own. I also want to mention that one of my favorite places to go to for vintage Ralph Lauren finds is eBay. I've had a lot of success finding some really great pieces, especially if you love some of their like 80s, 90s Western country line, then you can find some really great pieces. I found things new with tags in totally unused condition for great prices. That's part of why I take the time to comb through some of the more expensive brands, is that even if I'm never going to buy that item, directly from the brand at full price, I will know now what to look for in materials and cuts and styles and keywords to search for when I want to find that item, potentially either gently used or even brand new with tags, just for sale on eBay. All right, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing kind of how I pull these things together and how I style some of these pieces to give the vibe and the feel of Ralph Lauren, but for a fraction of the price. As always, please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I hope you will come back and see me again for another video. That is it for me today, my friend. I will see you soon.